So today we are making what I consider to be the best mushroom omelet I have ever tasted. We're talking a Spanish tortilla de champiñones. Now the star of this dish, besides the eggs, are the mushrooms. And with the technique we're gonna cook them in, they're gonna have the most incredible textures and flavors. Folks, this recipe is so easy to make. It's made with the most simple ingredients that you can easily get at your supermarket, and it's all done in just 30 minutes. If this is your first time here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified when I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on 4 kitchen. To all my returning subscribers, welcome back. So we're gonna begin by cracking in 6 large eggs into a large bowl. Now the eggs that I'm using are cage-free organic eggs, but you can use whatever eggs you like. But you know the old saying, the higher the quality of the ingredients, the better the overall dish is gonna taste. Then I'm gonna grab a handful of fresh chives, finely chop them, and add in 2 tablespoons into the eggs, which is about 6 grams. We'll lightly season with a little sea salt and whisk the eggs until they're well mixed. For the next step, I'm gonna grab a non-stick fry pan. The size of this one is 10 inches in diameter, which is 26 centimeters. Now the pan that I'm using is specifically made for Spanish omelets, as it comes with another pan that's the exact same size that you clip on top. That way when you have to flip it to cook the other side, it makes it truly effortless. You'll find a link where you can get this pan in the description box below. And I'm gonna heat it with a medium-high heat. And we're not gonna add any olive oil into the pan right now. We're just gonna heat it until it gets nice and hot. Then we'll add in the olive oil. That way it doesn't lose any of its beautiful flavor. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab 12 button mushrooms. You can use whatever mushrooms you want, but button mushrooms work the best in this recipe. I'm gonna add them into a sieve, and we're gonna give them a quick rinse under some cold running water, just between 15 to 20 seconds, to remove any of the excess dirt. Now, many people say, do not wash your mushrooms. In my opinion, I always like to wash them to remove that excess dirt. The secret, you just give them a quick shower. You don't wanna give them a bath, otherwise they're gonna absorb too much water. Then I'm gonna add them into a salad spinner, and I'm gonna spin them completely dry. If you don't have a salad spinner, you can just dry them by hand with either a dishcloth or paper towels. Once the mushrooms are completely dry, I'm gonna give them one last pat with some paper towels just to ensure that all the excess dirt has been removed. And then we'll cut each mushroom in half lengthwise. All right, let's move back to our pan. It's been heating between 4 to 5 minutes on a medium-high heat, and it should be nice and hot. At this point, I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters, and immediately add in the cut mushrooms. And start mixing the mushrooms around. That way each mushroom is coated in that olive oil. Once all the mushrooms have been coated in the olive oil, you want to place them all in a single layer, cut side down. And we're going to cook our mushrooms like this and without mixing them between 4 to 5 minutes. This is going to give them a beautiful brown crusty sear, which at the end gives the mushrooms the most incredible texture and flavor. After about 5 minutes, and you can see that the bottom of those mushrooms have developed a beautiful brown sear to them. I'm going to season them with a little sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And we're gonna start mixing the mushrooms, and at this stage, you wanna mix them continuously, that way they're evenly sauteed all around. And we're gonna do this between 2 to 3 minutes. After about 3 minutes, and all the mushrooms are evenly sauteed, I'm gonna remove the pan from the heat and transfer the mushrooms into the bowl with the whisked eggs. And we're gonna give this a quick mix. That way all the ingredients are evenly mixed together, and let it sit here between 4 to 5 minutes. That way all the flavors can develop together. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab the same frying pan, heat it with a low-medium heat. Very important to use a heat here that's not too high, otherwise your eggs are gonna brown too quickly on the outside and not fully cook in the inside. And I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. And at the same time, I'm gonna grab the other fry pan and heat it with a low-medium heat. That way when we flip a tortilla, it goes into a warm pan. I forgot to mention this in a previous recipe. And if you're going the traditional way of doing a tortilla, where you add a plate to flip it, just discard the second pan. After leaving our mushroom and egg mixture to sit for about 5 minutes and all the flavors have developed, I'm gonna add the mixture into the pan with the olive oil. And just get in there and give it a quick mix. That way all the ingredients are evenly distributed throughout the pan. After about 3 minutes, I'm gonna run a spatula through the outer edges of the omelet just to ensure that the eggs are not sticking to the pan. After about 5 minutes, it's time to flip the omelet to cook the other side. You know, every stovetop heats differently, so it might be 4 minutes on yours or even up to 7 minutes. I'm gonna grab the other pan that we have heating, clip it into the bottom one, and in one swift move, flip the bottom pan into the top one. And look how foolproof it is to flip a Spanish tortilla with the 2-pan method. Now using the back of a spatula, I'm gonna start compacting the omelet from the outer edges towards the center. This is what gives it that classic rounded edge. After a total cooking time of 10 minutes, that's 5 minutes per side, this omelet should be perfectly cooked. I'm gonna remove it from the heat and we'll slide it into a serving dish. Our Spanish mushroom omelet is done. You saw this, easy to make, simple ingredients, but the beauty here is gonna be the texture of those mushrooms. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Tortilla de champiñones, here we go. Absolutely beautiful. The eggs are perfectly cooked. The chives add a new beautiful dimension of flavors, but the beauty here are the mushrooms and the technique that we cook them in. They have the most incredible texture and flavor. You saw this, so easy to make. Try it at home, you will not believe how good it is using such simple ingredients. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Michael Cole, Luli Garcia Diaz, and Grace Suarez. Again guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. It's thanks to you and the rest of my patrons why Spain on a Fork continues to move forward. If you're not a patron, consider becoming one, as it really helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego. All right, folks, it is a wrap. I'm gonna get myself another piece of this because it is so good. Love you guys.